What's up everybody, I'm Abatage and welcome to a shooty bang bang of Pineapple Smash Crew. This is a older kind of shooter. This is pretty old actually, but I've recently been playing it a fair bit and I've gotten to know pretty much how it works. It's another one of those games where you need the mouse and the menus. I don't even think gamepad is technically supported that much, but it works once you learn the controls because there's no, you know, there's nothing to do with gamepad in here, but you can use it in games. So let's go new game. Confirm. Unlimited recruits, instant continue. Limited recruits, level failed if all mercs die. Radiation leak danger. No recruits, game over if all mercs die. Radiation leak danger. It's pretty hard, so I'm kind of thinking I'm going to go on easy because essentially we're going to show it off, but I've failed before on easy, so that might be a good indication of just how bad I am at this. So yeah, we can rename our dudes here. Now we have 4 recruits at any particular time. We can lose them during the mission, but it's kind of like a tiny troopers, or what's the other one, a cannonball run, or I'm making things up there, that's probably not it. But let's get into it and select the mission. We've only got 1 at the moment. We're going to get onto this ship called the OI Testy. 13. Danger is low. Destroy all hostiles present. It's a shrimp class ship. It's got full power and moderate ship damage. And I'll talk about the actual game and mechanics and that sort of thing when we get into it. So here we are. Here's our 4 little dudes, and I am controlling it with gamepad now. I can somehow switch, but no. Can I? How do I? Oh, maybe I've got to go through the tutorial first. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, cool. I'm actually controlling this with my left stick and then aiming with my mouse at the moment. Okay, get out of the way. Alright. Yep, okay, now we can switch. Okay, cool. So we should be good to go now. But basically, if we think twin stick, we're moving, and you've got to think of these 4 dudes as a single entity. And then I can use my right stick to aim and shoot. We power up by collecting these blue energy things here. These are explosive, so we want to stay out of the way of them. But blowing them up can help defeat some enemies and that sort of thing. And these little dudes are all our grenade pickups. And that's why we want to switch between them on the bottom here. Not only do each of our mercenaries have individual health bars, but we may want to use a particular type of grenade. And if I remember correctly, I think right trigger's got a grenade, but we'll find out. This hole on the floor here means we can't walk on it, and we have to go around, so it can kind of hinder your movement. And that's what the ship damage means. These green pad bits here, if I throw a grenade there, it'll kind of launch it, it'll bounce off it like a bounce pad. But, you know, let's continue on. We go from room to room. This is all, each ship that we enter is a procedurally generated ship. Okay, that grenade there, you can see it's got like a little rocket icon. I'm going to come down here, and if I shoot it this way, I can then launch it, and it'll go and explode. The regular grenades are just kind of like dumbfire regular grenades. You throw them and they'll explode. Every grenade you can kind of throw and then click again to explode it. So like this, and then bang. You obviously want to be out of the way of any grenades so that you don't explode yourself. And that's kind of the gist of it. So we move our way through these ships which have procedurally generated layouts, so they're random every time. Generally you end up seeing the same sort of thing, it just depends on the path through each one is a little bit different. See, the ammo for our guns is on the bottom right there, so if we continually fire, it'll run down and then we'll run out. We won't be able to fire until it recharges again. So, got to keep an eye on that. And in the top right, you'll see the map. which is that little grid. See, I'm the white, which just moved to the middle there, and very top middle is the red target, which is the target room that we want to get to, and that's where we're going to be able to finish off our objectives. Now these tanks can be a bit tanky. See, that hole in the floor there really does kind of mess us up. Those black nodes on the ground will give us power-ups, such as at the moment we've got a 4 times damage. 4 times damage means obviously you hit a lot harder, but you also, your ammo doesn't run out, so you can just kind of fire continuously while you have 4 times damage going. Now, this little wormy thing, yeah, they explode, so I don't want to get too close to them when they go off. That's a health grenade, which is quite good. But as you go on, you collect power-ups and stuff, and you get to level up. This is where I need to use my mouse again. And then you can select a grenade that will come into the game for you to pick up. So multi-bullet is it fires bullets. Vortex, it'll suck everything into the vortex. And I find multi-bullets pretty much more useful. I mean, ultimately the starter grenades are the most useful. And kind of the most powerful, so I tend to just end up relying on them anyway. But at least on this difficulty, there's usually enough that you can kind of get rid of some if you want to pick up another one. So let's pick up the health and we'll pop that here. And we just got to stand in this circle and all our dudes will gain health again, and you know, everyone will be happy. And we'll go grab this grenade just to stock ourselves up and move on. So that's kind of the gist of it. It's just a procedurally generated, pretty cool little twin stick. It's quite different in the way that the grenades are essential. Like, you're not going to get very far without using grenades. When you get a power up like this, of course, we want to fire away and find any enemies that may be lurking around. Like this dude. Oh. Often if you haven't seen the enemy yet, you'll get like an indicator on the other side of a wall or something to show that there is an enemy there, but you won't know what type of enemy until you actually, you know, get line of sight on it. Which is kind of a neat little thing. You can see these grenades here are both the new one that we selected after leveling up, so they're already into the game and we can pick them up and continue on, but I kind of like the originals. And quite often with this game I tend to forget to use my grenades as much as the game wants me to. Just because I'm used to shooting and stuff, but it's actually quite imperative to use grenades as often as you can, because they are, you know, the meat and potatoes of all the damage you can give. So you're going to be limited in how much damage you can dole out unless you start utilising different grenade types and that sort of thing. And especially in the later levels, there's turrets and more tanks and enemies with shields and all this kind of stuff. So you need the higher impact kind of power to really do some damage. Now these little alien guys, and in a room like this we'll chuck a grenade in and look at that, took them all out just without even a question. So there's that bullet one. It's not very effective. But we want to get this health, actually. Very good time for that. Towards the end of the run, basically, the overarching goal of each run is you invade a series of ships, which are these levels, which are all randomly generated and have different power-ups and all that kind of thing. But as you cruise through and as you complete levels, you gain intelligence on the mothership. And then once you have enough intelligence on the mothership, you can invade the mothership and take out the final boss. Now, I didn't really mention it, but that grenade that we unlocked before, this one here, it basically, you throw it and it puts out an area of effect on the ground that will damage enemies when they walk into it. Just like that. That doesn't really damage us, I don't think, but that's cool. This particular room that we're in at the moment has a terminal, which is here. Again, need to use mouse. And I'm not really sure what the point of the terminals are, because I've never actually bothered to read any of the text that's on them. But, having said that, I like to try and pick them up because it's just a bit of a completionist thing. As you can see, because depending on the grid layout of the rooms, you don't have to visit every room to get to the final room. You can just kind of power your way through, get to the final room, and finish it off. But as this is the final room, all we have to do here is kill all the enemies and we'll have completed our mission. So we just want to cruise through. Oh, hello. Let's chuck one of these in there. Ooh, almost missed him too. Now these guys who aren't red and glowing, they're not going to explode, they're just going to die. But you can see how grenades really make the difference. As in, they can be kind of a one-hit kill. And there's lots of different grenades to unlock. There's ones that there's ones that go through walls, there's ones that plant turrets, so on and so forth. And as you go, you level up your dudes, and you can see now they get stronger, they get more health, all that sort of stuff. I gained 4% coordinates, and I earned 4,498 credits. Salvage XP is 0, I'm not sure what that is. There's a lot that I don't really know about this. And basically the credits, the only thing I've seen them be useful for is if we come in here and we go buy, we can change our heads. Which is cute, but ultimately pointless. And that's it. It would be nice to see if there was some more customization, but that's it basically. That's the whole game. As you can see, mothership coordinates deciphered 4%. So it'll take us a fair few levels to actually get all the mothership coordinates, and they're only going to get harder and harder and more difficult to complete. And some of them have boss battles, some of them have more difficult enemies. It gets quite frantic, and each of our dudes will level up, and they'll keep leveling up, and their suits change until they're like max level. But if they die, they get replaced with another recruit who starts back at 0 again, so you kind of want to keep them as long as you can. But that's basically the gist of it. Make sense? Cool, because we're going to play some more. But that'll do it for this episode, and we'll dive into it a bit more intensely next time and see what happens in the next ship. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.